Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal News. Tonight's article comes from TMZ.com, and the headline is Poltergeist. Zak Bagans drops 80K for movie prop, not clowning around. It was published November 20th, 2020, and it does not have a person's name that wrote it because it's just from TMZ. Holly Madison is going to love this. Her boyfriend, Zak Bagans, just dropped a fat stack on the famous clown from Poltergeist and wants to keep it in his bedroom. The Ghost Adventure star tells TMZ he threw down a cool $80,000 at an auction and snagged the original clown prop doll from the 1980s classic horror film. The doll's supposedly cursed. 4 cast members died either during or soon after filming. That folklore explains why Zak's been trying to buy the clown for over a decade. It was previously on display at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. Now that he's finally got it, Zak thinks his bedroom's the perfect place for a test spin, although he plans to eventually display it at his haunted museum. The movie prop was used in the unforgettable scene when Oliver Robin's character, Little Robbie Freeling, gets attacked by the clown doll in his bedroom. Like we said, Holly's going to love sleeping in the same room as this thing. And that is the end of this article. So this was a short little article. It not a whole lot to it. Basically, apparently Zak has been after this thing for quite a long time, is what the article said. He's been trying to buy it for years. I guess it's supposed to be cursed or haunted in some way. They talk about the 4 cast members that died during or after filming of Poltergeist, and that is true that some of the Poltergeist cast did die, including Carol Ann, the little girl, which was absolutely a terrible, terrible way to die, how she died. I'm not going to get into it because it's kind of graphic, and I'm just not comfortable discussing it on my channel, to be honest with you, because I think that there's a lot more to that story than what has been told. Let's put it that way. And I think maybe one day the truth will come out about what happened to that little girl. And it was not cool. And you can imagine, if I'm not talking about it, probably what it is. Now, was the clown responsible for it? Was it some sort of curse? I highly doubt it. To be honest with you, I think what was more responsible for the stuff that went on and her death, and maybe even some of the other death, was really more about Hollywood and the things that they do than it was about any kind of cursed or haunted doll or clown or whatever toy. I think we're dealing here with demon worship and all kinds of things that go on in Hollywood. Now, the other cast members' deaths, who knows? But you got to realize, if you're dealing with demon worship, which there's a lot of Baal worship and a lot of Moloch worship that goes on in Hollywood. If you're dealing with that kind of stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to be this clown that's cursed or haunted. You could be having the effects on the cast members and the horrible things happening because of the demon worship. You know, those could be demons that are doing that. It's very, very possible. Zak should know that. I mean, every other episode he's going after a demon or something, isn't he? I gotta admit, I don't really watch a whole lot of Ghost Adventures. I don't watch a whole lot of any of the paranormal shows, to be honest with you. Simply because I think they are kind of over the top. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that they're all fake. I'm not saying that. Because I know some of the guys, and I know they don't fake things. I'm not going to tell you which people I know off which shows, because I'm not here to name drop. That's not the point of that. But there are some people out there that actually do the work and are doing a good job. And then you have some people that are big fat phonies. I'll just say it point blank. And once again, I'm not going to tell you who that is either, because I don't call people out in the paranormal. I just don't do it unless they're harming somebody. And these people aren't harming anybody, really. They're just making a TV show and making some money. Now, do I think that Zach is dumb for paying 80 grand for this doll? No. I mean, 80 grand's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But this doll honestly doesn't even have to be haunted or cursed to pay 80 grand for it. It's an iconic part of the Poltergeist movie. I mean, when you think Poltergeist, what do you think? Yes, you think Carol Ann going into the TV, but the very first image that pops into my mind when I think of the movie Poltergeist is that damn doll sitting in that chair all creepy. So to pay 80 grand for that doll, to me, is not that big of a deal. Now, that being said, 80 grand, like I said, a lot of money. Okay? I understand most people don't have 80 grand laying around they can waste on a doll. I get it. But if you do have that kind of money, and it's something that you really, really want, and obviously Zach really, really wanted this doll because the article said he's been after it for years. He's been trying to buy it for years. So if he's that into this thing, whether it's haunted or cursed or whether it's just a prop from the movie, if he wants it that badly and he has the money to pay for it and it makes him happy, and then he can put it in his museum later and other people can come look at it and it can make them happy, I say, hell, what's the harm? You know, he's not hurting anybody by blowing 80 grand on this thing. Would I spend 80 grand for that doll? No. But I'm cheap. I mean, that's something that a lot of people don't know about me. Yes, I'm a best-selling author. Yes, I've made a lot of money in my life. Yes, I've done well. But I don't spend barely any money on myself. I still live the same way I lived when I was so broke I had to hunt to eat. I don't live any differently. Because really, I don't need anything. You know, I have everything I need. And I'm not somebody who goes out and does a whole lot. I sit at home most of the time. So I don't really need anything. So I don't blow a lot of money. Now, that being said, I will spend a lot of money on my wife. Not just so that I have peace, like most people. I love my wife. I think my wife is amazing. She's my best friend and she's the love of my life. And I will spend my last penny if it makes her smile. You know what I mean? That's all that matters to me. I don't care about the money. I don't care about anything other than her being happy. And if she wanted this doll for 80 grand, I'd have bought her the doll for 80 grand. No question. Because it would have brought so much joy to her, it'd have been worth it to me. Okay, now the reason I tell you that is not to give you some sappy story to go, oh, or anything like that. The reason I tell you that is because obviously this makes Zach that happy. He's smiling his butt off right now because he has that doll, I bet you. He's really happy. So I say good for him, man. Congratulations, Zach. I'm glad you got the doll, brother. And cool. And if you put it in your museum, maybe I'll come down and check it out sometime. Some of my guys have been to Zach's museum actually and checked it out, and they really had a good time and enjoyed themselves. And they said that the people there treated them very kindly, and they were very nice to them. They knew who they were, and they treated them with respect, and they treated them very, very kindly. So from me personally, I'd like to just say thank you to Zach and to all of his crew and his people, because they were very nice to my people when they came there. And I appreciate that. And if I ever actually make my way out to his museum, which, you know, might happen because I'm interested in it, I think it's a very cool idea and I'd like to see it. My problem is, like I said, I don't ever leave my house really. I'm a hermit. I stay in my compound and I don't leave. So if I do actually make it out that way someday, I will definitely stop in and say hello. So anyway, that is the article. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you think that this clown doll is actually cursed or haunted in some way? Or do you think it's just a kind of a cool prop from the movie? And also, would you spend 80 grand for it if you had 80 grand to spend on it? Very interesting idea, very interesting question. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I will catch you on the next one. Till I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.